Hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. This is an early cast. I don't know. Maybe this is the bonus cast for today. Maybe there'll be another cast later on this evening. So I get an email this morning from none other than Venger Satanis. Now, myself and V didn't get along, got along, didn't get along. He likes to poke the bear once in a while, but he sent me an email that was short. I bought all the rights to Encounter Critical from S. John Ross. Here's my official announcement. So I was like, all right, what are we talking about? Now, before I go any further on this part, I want to swap over for just a minute. So the other week, before I went to North Texas, I mentioned that Rice's was on sale. Well, apparently, and I mentioned this, but I probably just in passing, Rice's was sold. So I would guess that S. John Ross is having a bit of a fire sale when it comes to their IP. So, yes, Rice's sold, including the obligations that went along with it. Now, Encounter Critical. We're going to, this is news. This is legitimately news. So I appreciate Venger actually giving me a heads up, giving you all a heads up. Encounter Critical of Corthalis Publishing. I really wish, as a side note, and I'm sure I'm guilty of this in some, but if you're going to put words in your title, make it fucking pronounceable without people having to stop and think. In any case, if the title of this blog post is confusing, let me spell it out for you. I, Venger Satanis of Sound Mind and Body. Oh, no, excuse me. I, Venger Satanis, have purchased the rights to Encounter Critical from the original creator, S. John Ross. If you've been with me since the beginning, you'll know how much I love Encounter Critical. It influenced a lot of my RPG writing. This review and play report, which he links, was the same year I put out The Islands of Purple Haunted Putrescence. And although that's a tongue twister to say, that's actually a quality release. And I think Venger did a great job on that. I will say, I miss, just like James Raggi, I miss his older stuff. Before James had to be shock jockey, before V had to go shock jockey, their older stuff was spot on. It's no exaggeration to say that Crimson Dragon Slayer, Alpha Blue, and Cha'alt were inspired by Encounter Critical as well. So what are my plans for the game? As I assured Mr. Ross, I intend to expand Encounter Critical with a new edition plus several adventures. I'll probably want some help. So if you have input, don't be afraid to reach out to me. In my mind, there's no clearer way to judge demands like crowdfunding. Slightly awkward timing as I'm a day or two away from launching a Kickstarter to fund a new child. Because apostrophes and proper words are always. It's called Cha'alt After Dark. I should just leave right there. But in any case, at least that would give me several weeks to plan for an Encounter Critical Kickstarter campaign. I'd like to have a better idea which direction Encounter Critical will go before diving head first anyway. You think you know true scientific realism, Haas? Well, just have to see about that. Thank you for your support in perpetuity, Venger. So, yes, it seems to be a bit of a fire sale going on with S. John Ross. I believe that is the end of the games that he has published, but I do believe that there is other IP that is attached to John Ross. So it'll be interesting to see what goes on with that. I mean, this now might be the time if you have certain IP of Ross's that you are inspired by. maybe it's now time to reach out and make your pitch, because sales are happening. I did not even see Encounter Critical being listed for sale. Is it possible that Venger reached out directly and said, "Hey, Haas, let's be Venger, right? Hey, Haas, considering selling Encounter Critical, Haas?" And the answer was, "The right price." So, again, I don't know if anything else is for sale, but it does look like the door is open, at least for that possibility. Again, this is an early 10:10 in the morning cast. And sure, I've been awake for 3 hours. That's only because Rach woke me with the, "Are you awake?" And I wasn't, but then I was. So, folks, maybe back again later today for the full-sized episode. But if not, tomorrow night, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, Bad Mike and myself are going to have none other than, I believe, Tom Canals. This is like a 95% probability, but Tom Canals should be our special guest tomorrow on Talking Crit. Tom is a solid guy. He should be a good guest to have on the show. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice. Knock on wood. Use your common sense when it comes to COVID. And I'll talk with you all later.